So I'm pleased to be here to testify in favor of my amendment to the FISA 702 reauthorization legislation the House intends to consider tomorrow. I'll begin by saying that it is critical that we reauthorize FISA 702. It is our most important intelligence authority, and it is used every day by professionals across the intelligence community to keep Americans safe and advance our national security. There is simply no alternative to Section 702, and allowing it to expire would be devastating. Under Joe Biden, the President's advisory board said that allowing this authority to expire would be the worst intelligence failure of our era. I want my colleagues to contemplate what those words mean. If we have an up or down vote on reauthorization tomorrow, I will vote to reauthorize because it is truly that important. With that said, I'm disappointed in the process, or lack thereof, that we have undertaken during this reauthorization. 2 years ago, when Congress last considered reauthorizing 702, there were numerous hearings, months of classified briefings, markups, and a healthy debate on the floor about reauthorization, including amendments. We've had nearly none of that this time around, and I think that's unfortunate. And while I have had productive conversations with Chairman Crawford, Ranking Member Raskin, and many other members, we're nonetheless looking at a clean reauthorization rather than a serious debate about reforms. I offered my amendment to show that there is another way. This amendment would address what has long been the most controversial aspect of Section 702, the FBI's authority to query 702 databases, the 702 database, with selectors for U.S. person. This amendment would create a judicial process whereby the DOJ would request FISA court permission to review content returned by U.S. person queries, while including exceptions for certain types of queries and exigent circumstances. This deals with the problem with a full Fourth Amendment warrant, which is that if you have to show probable cause to a judge and get a Fourth Amendment warrant, all defensive queries go away. What's a defensive query? Terrorists are talking about Jim Himes. Is that because Jim Himes is a terrorist? Maybe, and if so, you got evidence, get a warrant. But maybe they're targeting Jim Himes. That's a defensive query that goes away with a full-blown Biggs Amendment, Fourth Amendment requirement. So this amendment is designed to allow the FBI to conduct the queries of lawfully collected foreign intelligence that they need to conduct and defend Americans against threats. But by putting the FISA court in the process, rather than simply approvals and reviews at the FBI and DOJ, and I'll remind my colleagues that this is the most heavily overseen collection program. They are overseen by all three branches of government. This will increase the confidence that queries are done only for proper and compliant foreign intelligence purposes. The hour's getting late, but there's still a path forward for Congress to consider bipartisan reforms. I think this amendment would actually result in a much larger yes vote on FISA reauthorization, and that will increase the confidence that these powers cannot be misused. I hope the House takes the opportunity to make this amendment in order and have a real debate on reform. Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Ranking Member, I yield back.